The insight coming in from this veteran sniper is shocking. Not only is he admitting that the Secret Service messed up, but he says they messed up so bad, someone else has to have been involved. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signore. Now, I don't want to peddle conspiracy theories here. I'm not trying to imply they staged anything, but I don't think we have all the intel on this failed assassination attempt at Donald Trump. Something else is going on here. And this, Dallas Alexander is a 14-year veteran of the Canadian unit, the world's longest confirmed kills, has come forward and said that the place where it happened is the most obvious place to check. It is effing obvious risk. He is floored that the Secret Service agency didn't clear it beforehand, and he goes into much more detail. I want you to hear it from him, and I'm going to show you some of the maps he's talking about as he breaks this down in his post. I'm a retired sniper, so because I've been asked so many times, here's my opinion on the attempted assassination of former President Donald Trump. Here it is.
Yo, good morning. I keep getting asked about this, so I'm just going to let you know my opinion. I am talking about the assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump. And I know everyone's going to have some crazy opinion. Everyone's going to have a different opinion. It's going to be very wild for the next little while. But just if you don't know me or are new to this page, I spent just about 17 years in the military, just about 14 of which were at Tier 1 Special Operations unit called JTF-2. Our sniper team has the world record for the longest confirmed sniper kill. And a huge part of our job while I was there and while I was a sniper was doing close protection for VIPs up to and including the Prime Minister when he would go to dangerous countries like Iraq or Afghanistan. We would be in charge of that security. So I'm very familiar with
He's experienced is what he's trying to tell y'all, and I believe it.
The layout of these types of things and what the jobs should be. And yesterday, what happened, I have no doubts in my mind that the shooter had help from somewhere within an agency, an organization, or the government. The second I saw that aerial photo of what they were saying happened, it immediately made no sense to me. You cannot, in broad daylight, get onto a rooftop within, it looked like maybe a couple hundred yards, if that. You can't get into that position with a gun when there's a president speaking. It cannot be done. It's not like, you don't even need to be a sniper to know that it's the most fucking obvious thing, an obvious place in the whole world. You could be a 7th grader. Like, what do we need to do for security here? Well, let's look at these rooftops that are almost within zeroing range of a rifle. So it's something happened, and I'm not pointing fingers at anyone. It's too obvious that this guy had help getting there. So whether it's someone turned a blind eye or it was strategically planned, I mean, it had to be planned to a certain level, because events like that and security like that, it's not a small thing. And that is the most obvious place to be. On top of that, I find it very strange that, if the story that comes out is like, oh yeah, he snuck into position and he got set up and nobody saw him, it was an oversight, security and Overwatch, and we just made a mistake, sorry. I think it's also very weird that if that's the case and someone is good enough to stalk within 150 to 200 yards of one of the hardest to stalk targets in the whole world, you're not going to miss a shot. You're not going to miss that shot. Like, if you have the skill set to get in there, avoiding all of these security, all the different layers of security, then you will have the skill set to hit that first round. It doesn't make any sense. So my opinion is, and whether this comes out now or way later, is that this guy had help from somewhere. And I think it's obviously concerning. It's going to be wild. I think it's what all you're going to see for the next little while. Anyway, just because I keep getting asked, that's my 2 cents.
Well, I'm glad he gave us the 2 cents, because he obviously knows a little bit more than the rest of us do. And that's where I want to go to this next piece of evidence. Here is the time that was taken. A lot of people have compiled this footage of the incident. I want to play it for you so you can see it and echo what he just said. And I may do another video and mention this clip a lot because it's very helpful. But I want you to see how much time Secret Service had before the shot went off, and they knew.
He was doing his job. I wouldn't even be doing this. I'd be at some beautiful place with a gorgeous ocean. The
Look, they're all pointing.
The Atlantic, maybe the Pacific.
Yeah, someone's on top of the roof. Look.
They
There
saw
he is
him
right
on the
there.
roof.
Right there, see him? He's laying down. You see him?
Yeah, he's laying down.
And still I'm here with you
How
fighting
did
like
this-
hell to get a Senate.
What's
And now you
happening?
have civilians
And just make
noticing
sure
it.
we take back the White House, because if we do, we're going to make America better than ever before. We're going to make it.
Yeah, look.
And it's
There he
not
is.
easy, because
Officers have been
millions
alerted.
and millions
Look how
of
the
people
seconds
in
are
our
going by
country that shouldn't be
as he's
here.
inching around on that
Dangerous
roof,
people. Criminals.
sneaking in place.
We have criminals.
He's
We
on
have
the roof. He's
drug
right
dealers. We have people that
Right
should not
here,
be here.
right on the
And
roof.
it's much tougher than
up
if
now.
it happened.
You went
We
right
have the
on the
strongest
roof, big
border
guy.
ever. In recorded history, we had the best border. In fact, if they could ever put up a chart, I don't know if they can do it. Do you guys have access to that chart that I love so much? You don't mind if I go off teleprompter, do you? Because these teleprompters are so damn boring. I try and explain that. Oh, there's it. Wow. You guys are doing it. They're getting better with time. My guys, take a look at that chart. Take a look at the arrow on the bottom. See the big red arrow, right?
Look how
So
much
that's where
time
I
has
left
passed.
office. That
Still
was
nothing.
the lowest point, and that comes right from the
He's now
government
able to aim,
services.
get in place.
Comes right out of Border Patrol.
And I want you to again, I'm pausing the time, pausing the clock, as he just eloquently sort of pointed out to all of us, look at this image again. You got a sniper on this roof. Where else is he checking? Like, hello? Elevated rooftop from 430 feet away right here. What's going on? What? How did this get missed?
Take a look at that. So that arrow is the lowest amount of illegal immigration ever in recorded history into our country. And then
And look at the time going by.
the worst president in the history of our country took over. And look what happened to our country. Probably 20 million people. And you know, that's a little bit over that chart. That chart's a couple of months old. And if you want to really see something, you say, what happened.
At that point, now you see 2 minutes in. 2 minutes in. I don't understand what happened here. I don't know what happened here. I'm not trying to say one way or the other. I don't know. I don't like this idea of calling it staged. I think that's just so too far gone. Someone actually has lost their life. I don't believe they would have whizzed a bullet by on purpose. But when people say staged, I can't be so mad in that someone else was involved in this. Something else must have been involved. How else do you miss this? How else do you have them in your sights so long and do nothing? I guess there's reports saying they were waiting for clearance to take them out, in which case I guess maybe. And then it was at that point, once a shot was fired, they took him out because they somehow saw him. They were aimed there, but didn't do anything until he actually did something. I just find that shocking that they would take this long of a risk. Now, again, this could just be complete ineptitude, even as he sort of implied. And we're getting reports that this guy, the shooter, I don't know if it's true, but there's reports now that he couldn't get into the shooting club at school because he was such a bad shot. What do you think? Am I crazy and starting to get worried about what the heck is happening here? How did they miss this? Why did they wait so long? Who else knew? Could someone else be involved? It doesn't mean Trump knew or was trying to do it all and fake it all. I think that's too far gone, but there could be something else that's fishy here that we shouldn't stop investigating. And that's really what I want to keep focusing on, the motives, who's involved. This could easily get covered up and something else happened. The Secret Service ineptitude could be covered up. I don't want to stop covering this. I want to get more involved in this. What do you think? Does that surprise you? What do you think of this testimony coming in from him? It seems pretty legit. This is a guy who would know. And he's going out there saying someone had to be involved in helping this get through. That's shocking. Could you believe it? What do you think? I want to hear your thoughts down below. Again, try to be civil in the chat. Take the politics out of it. What's going on here? Smash the like, smash the bell. We got you covered on this topic. And yes, I'll still be covering pop culture. We're just going to be easing a little bit of this as well. Let me know your thoughts down below. Did you see our video on Jack Black? What is he doing? Why did he say that? Click there on the left. Alec Baldwin recap on your right. What the irony? Alec Baldwin and Trump all over the news.